Hi everybody, this is Ari, StariAri, and I'm here to give a reading for the Divine Masculine for the week of December 4th to December 10th. Oh, and today is the very last full moon of the year 2017. So there is a lot of energies that are coming up for everyone in the collective so that we may be able to remove those energies that no longer serve us and step into 2018 clear and free and enlightened, so to speak, especially for the um, spiritual light workers out there. We must balance ourselves within in order for us to be able to help others. And there will be a lot of us that will be very busy next year. So let's begin our reading. I am using Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light Oracle cards today, and I'll show you the box. So if you guys want to purchase, I honestly purchase my stuff from Amazon because it's cheaper. But if you find a cheaper site, then go ahead and purchase it. Okay, that's how it looks. All right, the first card that I received for the Divine Masculine is Bridget. Inner strength. And what she comes in, sorry, there's a glare. When she comes in, she is trying to show you your own personal divine wisdom and the connection that you truly have to the divine and to all of creation. So it's about recognizing your power and your abilities and your mission here on earth. Why did you come here? And this is what Bridget is coming to show you. She's coming to show you and reveal to you who you truly are. And it is time for the Divine Masculine to go through the remembrance process. And I'm certain that you guys have been doing this for a while, but this is kind of like I guess you could say, a push towards that direction even more. To understand who you truly are, to understand that you are a spiritual being in a physical body, and that you came here for a specific mission to help uplift others and to help them remember their own power and their own mission here on earth. So it is time for the Divine Masculine to step into that role of the guide, of the teacher, of whatever it is that you like to label yourself, the leader. Understand that this role requires balance within and compassion for all of life, to include yourself. And it is a very hard road to walk through, but it's super worth it because in the end, you are here as a co-creator. If you want to bring up change in the environment around you, the change needs to begin within you first. And understand that when we start looking within ourselves and start listening to our own guidance and our own intuition, we reveal a lot of things about ourselves that helps us balance all of it. And in turn, we are able to help others seek that truth within them all. Understand that our connection to God's source is there, and it always has been there. Regardless of whatever trials and tribulations you went through in your life, God's source has always been within you. It is up to you to seek that energy within. This doesn't mean that you need to seek an outside source to help you with that. You actually just need to sit there quietly and ask your own higher self to reveal this information to you. But if you do need help tapping into these energies, there are plenty of light workers out there who will be able to assist you with this if you really, really need it. All right, the next one is Odin, Psychic Insight. It's so funny when these cards just flow into what it is that the information that I'm supposed to give out to you guys. I like how it flows. All right, I know there's a glare, I'm sorry. So Odin, yes, he did exist, and yes, he still does exist. A lot of humans have mistaken him and believing him to be God, when it's not that he is God. It's just more of like he's a part of God, just like we are. So when we worship him, it's kind of like an error in judgment. We're supposed to be worshiping God's source only, but we're supposed to use him. He's kind of like a mediator for the energy of God. If you don't really need to use any mediation or any mediator, because your direct connection to God has always been there. But if you still choose to use guides or ascended masters to help you mediate between you and your connection of God's source, then that's perfectly fine. But eventually you won't need that. All right, so he comes in to remind you of your own power and psychic insight and your intuition. So what he's explaining to you as what he looks like is that he's missing an eye, or one of his eyes is like, I guess you could say wounded. But this is I guess you could say kind of like a showing you how the third eye works. And the third eye is located right here in the middle of your two human eyes. So his vision or his energy is to help you reveal and open up your third eye. So if you're ready for that, if you're ready to open up your third eye and your intuition and tap into your gifts, then you call in Odin to be the mediator for this energy and force. But like I said, you don't need to, but you can. But with everything, understand if you are calling in any guides, any ascended beings, any angels or archangels, you have to make sure that you're calling in only those of love and light. There are creations out there who will step into that role and try to manipulate you into doing what they want. They will trick you in a way that they're helping you, right? So they'll help you with whatever it is that you need, but they want something else in return. So we have to be very, very mindful of this, and we have to understand that we need to keep our protections up. We need to understand that when we call in beings, that we better question them, and they need to be beings of love and light only. I give this guidance daily to any of my clients who seek out any readings with me or any healing facilitation with me. I teach them how to protect themselves and understand the difference between a guide that comes to you as soon as you tap into that God source energy and those who you call in. I personally do not trust any guide that just shows up without me calling them in. I question them thoroughly. And I suggest that you do too. Sometimes we get so, I guess you could say, in this energies where we want to connect so much that we do bring that into our awareness, and those creations into our awareness, because as it is a lesson in understanding that you need to protect yourself more than anything now. But like I said again, make sure you're protecting yourself. Make sure you're questioning all that you see and all information that you are receiving. All right? Any being that comes to you and without you calling them in and says, I am so-and-so and I am here to help you, question them. None of these beings that we call in for help are better than you, because all of them have the same connection to God's source that we do. And understand that there is a higher self that you have who is the energy force that is as high as these beings. So I highly recommend you tapping into your own higher self, your ascended master higher self, so that you could be sure that the information that you are receiving is of love and light. Okay? So again, psychic insights, we have to work into, we have to be comfortable with it. Sometimes we will have lessons like this that come up. And it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just, it just happens. Okay, the next card you received is Archangel Michael, Trusting Heaven. Again, it all correlates. So you are safe and the angels are around you. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Again, Archangel Michael comes in when you call him. He doesn't just show up. He doesn't invade your free will. This is how it works. Universal law dictates that we have free will. Therefore, our guides and angels and archangels and any master, any ascended master who is there to help us requires us to ask first for their assistance. All right? The same thing with Archangel Michael. You could easily ask for his assistance whenever you need help with anything, and he will be there. I mean, they're always around us, of course, but they won't step into our awareness unless we ask. So understand that regardless of whatever is going on in your life right now, you are safe and you are taken care of. And it is okay for you to step into your power. And it is okay for you to find your own divine truth, wisdom, and guidance. It's okay. It is time to step into your role. 2018 will be a big roller coaster ride for all of us, especially the divine masculine. So it is time to choose whether you want to remain in your current situation or you want to move forward into your own divine mission. Any concerns you've had or have had regarding stepping into this divine mission, talk about it. Talk about it with yourself, with your guides, with your own higher self, with people who you trust. It's a thing to release. It's like a therapy. If you talk about it, you'll be able to figure out the root cause of your fear. And then you'll be able to heal it and move forward in your life. Everything that you do, every step that you take is for your own highest and best. And understand that we might feel like we have made mistakes in the past, but all those mistakes are actually lessons that we needed to learn, which lead us eventually to our highest and best and our inner wisdom. So allow the miracles to happen by removing the things that you no longer need, letting them go, keeping them here in 2017, and moving forward into 2018 with a beautiful and well-balanced heart. Allow the healing to begin. I hope this helps somebody out there. If you guys want a personal reading with me, I have a new website up, and it is StariAri 333 Healings and Readings.com. I will put the links down below. Also, if you would like to discuss your own spiritual journey or help others on their spiritual path, I have a private group on Facebook that is called Starseeds of Love Light. And I allow anybody to discuss any type of topic related to spirituality, of course. And I actually conduct interviews with people within the group who are willing and ready to express their own journey to others. This is a form of therapy again, so it can help anybody who is lost or who feels lost, because you're not lost, to connect to them. And I also, sometimes they do have spiritually based businesses, so they are able to speak about what they offer to the collective as well. I also do free new moon healing meditations and full moon healing meditations. And I just finished my full moon one earlier today. And they are recorded within the group and they are left there so that you could go back in there and use them whenever you want. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope next week is very enlightened and very eye-opening for every masculine out there. Thank you again. Sending you so much love and light. Mwah.